and a half worth of, what is this? This is biomass, and I have a constructor set up to turn it into solid biomass. We're gonna need to build 10 biomass burners today, so we really needed to prep for this. I also did a little bit more preparation work. I have a little bit of stuff basic automated over there because we have quite the big day. Like we said last video, we're going to be making 50 iron rods, 50 screws, 50 plates, 10 reinforced plates, 50 wire, 50 cable, and 40 concrete, all on one very nice and organized concrete pad today. So I had to do quite a bit of preparation work just so we have enough items to start working. So I'm gonna go around and grab a bunch of concrete and iron plates so we can start building the foundation that we're gonna be building all of our organized buildings on. Now that I have all the materials for logistics, let's unlock it so that we could send the ship off and then also get parts assembly relatively quick so we can start planning for what we need to do. Now that we've accomplished that, it's time to start building our foundation where we're gonna set up our automated factories. Right here is a really nice open space that I like to build in. I like to build it relatively tall. That way there's enough room to do a bunch of belt work underneath, which will keep the top nice and organized. And then now that we built that, there's a super cool build mold called Zoop. And you send it. You just get to send it. It makes building platforms a lot quicker. What? Back in the day when this game didn't have this feature, building platforms took forever. I don't think I sent that one all the way. That's okay. Now that we built the platform to build all of our automated factories on, it's time to start prepping for it. So this is the platform we're going to be building all of our factories on. And let's launch the parts assembly pod. Now to make a list of all the buildings we are going to need. We're going to need a total of 7 storage devices. We are going to need 18 conveyor mergers. We're going to need 16 splitters. Power, we're going to need 10 biomass burners to make a total of 300 watts. We're going to need 28 constructors, 2 assemblers, 12 smelters, 10 Mark 1 miners. Now that we have a huge list of stuff to do, let's get all the materials. I just finished getting all of the items we're gonna need to start working on our foundation. So we are gonna do a wall of smelters just along here. And I wanna make sure I space things right. We're gonna need 2 foundations for all of our belts because we're gonna have 8 belt lines going down. And I also wanna make sure that we have a walkway because over here is gonna be our power generation. All right, let's grab our smelter and then we're just gonna place this guy right about here. Just gonna make sure we have enough space, which we do. Perfect. And then we are gonna place another smelters. We're gonna place just a bunch more in a row right here. And we're gonna make sure that they are evenly gapped as well, just to make sure everything looks nice and symmetrical. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for iron, and then we're gonna have 2 for copper. I'm just gonna leave a 1 tile gap just so we can see the difference in the 2 sections. That way we know which material is where. We're also going to somewhat start hooking these up. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna bring it nice and close, and we're just gonna quickly do this for all of them here. Now that we have all of our smelters placed, let's start working on the individual items. Right here, we're gonna have our iron plates. And what we're gonna need to do is grab some constructors here. I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and in line there. We're gonna hook up the belt to this guy. We might actually move him back a little bit, just so we can save some room here. Let's shift him back to about here. Hook that guy up. And then this is going to end up getting merged. Over here with this smelter, we have to take a splitter to this guy. So we're going to take the splitter, throw that there, connect it up like so. You are super in my way right now, dude. I'm just going to keep bouncing so we can actually see what's going on here. Maybe I'll bounce him out of the way. Whee! Okay. So then that is going to get split, and we are going to, do we have them unlocked? We do. Conveyor lifts. And for now, we're just gonna put this into the ground. Oh, it does line up. Perfect. That means we left enough room. And that is connected there. And these are going to be making iron plates. That's 20 per minute. And then what we're going to do is from this smelter here, we're going to have another one here. And this one is going to be connected straight to it. And then this guy is going to be producing iron plates. We're going to grab our mergers. We're going to merge it all together into one merger. That right there, that in there, that like that. And then we're just going to also take our conveyor belt, put it down. That's one done. Iron plates are finished. Now it's time to work on the iron rods. With that extra pipe that we have right there, we're going to use that and turn that into our screws. And we're just going to do that right here. So we're going to take this guy, going to put him in line with the facility we just built. That. Take this, going to put it right about here. And then we're going to go into the ground and we're just going to connect these two up like so. Now that that's all patched up, let's throw the hole back. Let's cover the hole up. So now we just finished that underground piping. This is what this area is for, is to hide a lot of the ugliness when it comes to our cable networking. I want to make up top look as clean as possible. This guy is going to be making iron rods, which is then going to split into two of these guys. Splitter, hit it as close as we can because it's making 15 rods, and we're going to turn those into screws. That will be our screws all finished. And then we're just going to put these into a merger, bring them down to the ground, and that is going to be the screws. Now that we've automated all the screws and the iron plates, it's time to automate the iron rods. And what we're going to have to do for that is a little complicated, but it's not going to be too difficult. So we're going to have to do some splitting here. Let's make sure we're in line with these two here. Something along the lines of that. And we're going to have to split it into 4 different constructors. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to place, make sure they're lined up. We're going to have 2 right here. And then these are going to get merged into one right here. These are the mergers. They'll get merged. That'll get merged. And then this is going to go into the ground. Then we're going to do the same thing how we had it before. We're going to make sure there's a little bit of a gap. Probably keep it in line with this one here. Go out about that far. And then because we split it, we're going to have just 2 different ones come up. And then we're going to do the same thing how we're merging it. Going to get the merger and hook them up the same as we just did. And all we need to do is take this, drop it down, do the same thing with this guy here. Take it, drop it down, bring it that way. And then all we're going to do, move these 2 platforms and do the exact same thing. Take it, drop it down, put it in that direction. Do the same thing here. Grab our cables, connect them up. And that's that. Those are now connected. Now that we have the iron rods all finished up, those are going to be piped over to our storage system, which is going to be over here. Next is to work on the reinforced iron plates. Reinforced iron plates are a little trickier than others because it's taking 2 normal parts and combining them. So there's a good bit more networking that needs to be involved when building these. So we got these 2 constructors that are going to be making iron plates. And then we're going to have a total of 3 constructors on these 2 belts here. What we have to do is we have to split both of these. In, and then these are getting split to a constructor and then also brought to a merger. The merger, and then what's going to happen is we're going to have constructors going like so, and then hopefully there is room to get these guys in and just down. That's how we're going to have to do that. Connect these up like that. These are going to be making, these 2 are going to be making iron rods. So let's tell them to make iron rods. And then we also have 1 more constructor that we're going to have to place that's going to be making iron plates as well. So we have 3 making plates, but we still need to have 1 more make plates. So we're going to merge these 2. Well, that took way longer than it needed. It was a very complex, tricky way to make it fit in nicely and look half decent. What we ended up doing was we took our 4 smelters and we had to do a lot of splitting and everything. It was crazy. But in the end, we do have them set to making reinforced iron plates. And a tool I use all the time is Satisfactory Calculator. And it really makes it very, very easy to at least mathematically plan everything. But what we have going on is we have 1 smelter on both sides. We have this smelter here and that one there going over to constructors making iron plates, which are then being merged together because there's another one making iron plates going into here. And then over here, this one is the one that's making iron plates dropping into the ground to be split. And then we have these 2 over here making iron rods, which are then being brought over to this guy, which is splitting and merging. So it's split, and then this is merging into here to make screws, and then these 2 here are also making screws, and then the screws are getting merged. The middle one is getting split into these 2, which is merging over to these ones. So we now have the iron rods finished, and everything for the iron area has now been completed. Next is the copper. So we have copper wiring and copper cable to plan. Let's get started on that. Okay, so we're gonna start working on the copper wire, and we're gonna do this slightly modified. What we're gonna do is we are gonna take a splitter, we're gonna split this up into 2, and then we're gonna get 2 constructors going. We're gonna make I guess we could put 1 here and then 1 right beside and connect it just like, well, let's you know what, we could connect it like that. That's fine. These are going to be making cable, and then from the cable we are making a total of 30. We're going to take those and we're going to merge them with a merger. We're going to merge them into 1 belt, and then we're just going to throw a constructor in front of that guy, connect it with cable, and we're just going to stick with 30 cable a minute. I don't think we need to be making an excessive amount. Then what we're going to do is this, just again right beside it, we're going to grab our splitter and connect it like this, grab our copper, and these are just going to make standard wire, and then they are going to get merged and sent to the ground for collection. All that's left is to set up our concrete area. And now we have everything wired up. So we've also put our concrete section up here, and then it's all just going to go into a chest that we're going to have here. Over here is our copper wire. Right here is our copper cable. This is our reinforced iron plates. We have our iron rods. We have our screws there and our iron plates right over there. Next thing to do is set up our storage chests and our power, get this whole thing cabled up, and then I'm going to run all of the pipes from all of the various miners onto this platform so everything will start running. So this is what our storage section is going to look like. It's all going to be brought up from underneath, put into a container, and then I'm going to have a little poke out so we know which item is in each chest. And I'm just going to build the other 7 of these quickly. So that's okay. That's fine there. We just didn't drop this one. That's what it is. We'll just take it, drop it, go that way. Let's just quickly build some storage chests so we could store everything we have, because we're gonna need to rip apart everything we have going on right here, because we don't need this stuff anymore because we have our platform. That way we can actually get rid of everything here, re-hook up everything nicely. Those. Just throw it all in the chest. Grab this guy. We'll have him really nice and close by. That is 3 out of the 4.5 that we need to bring. And then we're gonna go get that copper. We're gonna bring it all the way down here. And I think we're also gonna be bringing over this limestone node. So I'm also gonna bring that right over here. Spaghetti! We got 4 of the lines, 1 copper, 1 concrete. We're almost there. We are almost there. We can do it. It's gonna become spaghetti though. We are so close. So close. So close. That's coming. Perfect. Perfecto mundo. All we gotta do now is hook up the final iron node that we had to go and grab. And now that we have that, we just gotta hook up power to this guy. Go like this. Let's just paste that there. Let's grab our rail. Number 3. Bring it right to about here is fine. I just want to connect it to the power. Now we should have everything all connected. All we have to do now is put all of our solid biomass into these biomass burners, power it up, and let everything start running. And hopefully everything is going to work properly. That is the goal. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stacks. Let's load this up and then fire on our new and improved facility. That'll hopefully work. And then let's just make sure that our system over here is connected to the main system. That way there's always guaranteed power. Let's take a look at here. Our capacity is up to 110. Things connected there. Everything should be up and running very shortly once I give it the go ahead to turn on. I just want to also connect these here as well. Just make sure everything is connected. Let's flip the switch. 400 megawatt capacity. So I don't think power is going to be an issue. I think we're going to be good for quite some time. And let's make sure I don't see any. Oh, I see a few red. I see a few red icons. Okay. I'm going to quickly go deal with those. And eventually we should be expecting some iron to be coming down this pipeway soon. It's been quite a day. I had to do this twice because the audio was corrupted the first gameplay. So I had to rebuild everything. I started this 12 hours ago. There's a few errors in the factory that needed to be fixed, but by the looks of it, everything is running smoothly. We got 10 biomass burners over there. We have a bunch of different ores running on our ore belt all the way through to our smelters, getting turned into everything that we need. And we also have a bouncy guy. I found out today that you can bounce on those guys after playing for 2 years. And it looks like we have all of our materials. Would you look at that? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like. Shout out to those who subscribed during my last video. I got 7 new subscribers from my first Satisfactory video, and that just makes me so happy and so excited to make more of this content for you guys. Please leave a like, and if you want to see more of this, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I upload next. You guys have a great day. Bye for now.